I feel like for the first time in my life, I have actually been putting the work in to get out of survival mode. I feel like I've been constantly for years, almost majority of my life, been living for all the wrong things and not out of any type of enjoyment. It was to the point I got so lost in society that it took me to places I never thought I would go. It humbled me real quick, but I also needed that. So, what's survival mode to me? I feel like survival mode is when we're worried, stressed, anxious, and our bodies feel it to the point where like it triggers our brain to stray away from thinking and creativity, and it goes right into survival thinking. When I'm anxious, I get into a complete panic mode. I'm scrambling to figure out solutions for just the right now. And being in that low vibrational energy, I'm not always making the right decisions because I can't really focus on logics and what makes sense. I would be super irritable, lashing out at everybody to the point where even my kids is getting their wrath because I'm lost, I'm confused, I'm overthinking literally everything, and just feeling like I need time to think, but also at the same time, not feeling like I even have enough time for that. Feeling like the last thing I have time for is to focus on myself or what makes me happy. It's about making money, how's the money coming in, how are these bills getting paid, or getting so consumed in my business where I'm not making any other time. I'm not making time for anything else and literally getting burned out, or feeling like I'm happy on the surface. There's not really nothing going on. Nothing happened. But then I get like, at the same time, get this sense of sadness or feeling down, and I'm not knowing why. Not knowing that it's traumas coming up because I didn't acknowledge them or even taking time to work on them. Dealing with my relationship to money, even if money was coming in all sorts of ways, I'm still holding on to it out of this sense of scarcity because I'm feeling like you never know, something might happen, which of course, it's life, something's always gonna happen, but you don't wanna have that same mindset all the time of just that something bad's gonna happen. Or the other way around where I'm getting money and I'm just spending it. I'm constantly spending it on any and everything. And I also feel at the same time, something's always due. You figure sometimes, especially if you've been in a stage where you live paycheck to paycheck, where it's like my paycheck's already gone. It's already exhausted. Everything's already paid up. Everything's already paid for. There's something that's always accounted for, the money, before it even gets there. I've noticed over the years, I've done a lot of things that did not align with my morals and my values out of survival. Being in survival mode always gave me the mindset that I need this quick fix results versus building this generational foundation, because I'm always thinking about I'm just very anxious and always thinking about the right now. There were moments in time where I couldn't really plan or focus on my future and have faith, and I believed that I was capable in certain things, or holding back things that I was going through and struggling with because I was afraid to ask people for help. And also I had this sense of, I don't want everybody in my business. Like, I used to have the mentality where it was like, so say I'm struggling, and say if somebody notices it and they're asking me like, what's wrong? I would literally say nothing because I always felt like, I'm gonna tell you my problem. You're not either gonna give me the money or you're not gonna give me a resolution. And then when I leave the conversation, I'm gonna still be in the same space. And now you just know my business. Versus, of course, you opening up and just venting and just getting it out. And sometimes just saying it out loud. Somebody could offer something. Maybe it's not the actual resolution, but maybe they could give you some type of feedback. Just, you never know what the situation is. And sometimes I just held on and put a lot of pressure and stress on myself because I was holding it all in and I was suppressing those feelings and just everything that I was going through at the time. But now that I'm working and getting out of that space, I realize that survival mode is literally a mindset. It was me believing that this is my life. I have no control over anything that's happening. This is what it's going to be. I'm not going to be able to get up the space. And that mentality hindered me substantially, and it kept me stuck, and it kept me from moving forward to what I was actually capable of. But I didn't know that, because when survival mode, you're just in it. There's no time to think about a lot of things, like the important things that you have to experience for growth. Like, you're just constantly living day by day and figuring it out each day that you go on. You don't really have time to plan. You don't really have time to think about certain things that you would want to think about, because you feel like surviving is more important than any of that other stuff. Like, none of that stuff matters, when it really does. But at that moment, you don't have time for that. So lately I've been seeing a lot about soft life, living a soft life. And this type of lifestyle promotes prioritizing yourself and not stressing. God has a crazy way of bringing things full circle. So just making this video just gave me just this epiphany, this aha, this just motivation to just put into action what I've been learning so far on my journey, and trying to incorporate balance between getting back to my business as well as still sticking to my spiritual journey and still trying to grow as an individual and the important things in life and what really matters to me. So what made me say that it was an aha moment is because so my coaching business was aimed towards moms specifically, but still the concept of it was the exact teachings of living a soft life. Just at the time, I didn't know the definition of it. I coach women on how to prioritize themselves with self-care, self-love, saying no to things that no longer serve them, setting healthy boundaries, being intentional with mindfulness, daily habits and routines, slowing down, focusing on your mental health, not being in this crazy hustle mode, and doing things that make you happy and bring you peace. Is that literally not the definition of a soft life? Like, how this is not a coincidence. And what's even crazier is that I lived it. I just happened to lose focus along the way. One thing I can say about me, in the moment, I'm trying to think of the word, like, say where I needed to take space away from my business. I don't look at it as a failure. I do have an emotional connection to it and feel some type of way, but I don't look at it as a failure. I feel like if something didn't work, I'm going to come back. I always come back. And I just feel like I needed to take a break because I just completely lost focus of what the meaning of what I was doing it for. I literally lost sight of the reason why I even had started in the first place. And the thing is, we're all human and we have our moments. But I think it's all about when you fall, how you get back up. And being kind and showing grace to ourselves during this process is a huge part of this process. I feel like now I'm not 1,000% there, but I do truly feel like I'm living a soft life currently. And it's one of the best experiences of my life, I must say, hands down. And it comes so natural because this is the life I'm supposed to be living, just period. For the first time, I've been able to move freely, live a stress-free life, and do what makes me happy, but from a genuine place and not out survival mode. And it's literally just one day at a time. And it just really motivates me to just dive back into my business the right way and not lose sight of why I became a coach in the first place. Because I'm a healer, this is my purpose, this is my passion, this is my mission while I'm here on earth. Like, I know this is my calling and what I'm meant to do. This mental vacation that I took just to put myself first, get me right in order to get back to helping others was so necessary. I'm so excited for what's to come, to revamp my program, and to get back to just changing the lives of my clients and just getting new clients and just experiencing the whole point of why I'm doing this. I want to leave you with this. Nothing is impossible. It's all about your mindset and what you believe to be true. Focusing on the good, slowing down, prioritizing yourself, and just trusting the process are a few ways to releasing yourself from a survival to a soft and healing lifestyle. This is my life. I'm worth it. I'm deserving of it. I will create it and I will live it. It's mine and I'm claiming it.